You and I are starting off with a dude sneaking into a girl's dorm restroom. But Jiang Shan is no creep. See, in his past life, a peeping creep once hid here, then assaulted the school's most admired girl while she was showering, driving her to take her own life in humiliation. Let's be real, Jiang Shan totally could have stopped this mess. But he chickened out, causing a total disaster that's been living rent-free in his head ever since. Stick with me, crushed by guilt. Our boy dropped out and enlisted, literally speed-running his way to becoming a savage, fearless Special Forces captain. You and I are diving into the story of Lone Wolf, betrayed by his best teammate during a wild mission to grab a crime boss. His whole squad got wiped out, and as Jiang Shan lay there dying, he was completely filled with regret. I know what you're thinking, and yeah, he wanted absolute brutal revenge on those bastards. When he finally opens his eyes, he's reborn 10 years in the past, right back in high school on the exact day his destiny changes. Trust me, you and I are gonna love watching Jiang Shan step inside the girls' bathroom, spotting two girls wrapped in towels whispering about some sketchy creep. Trust me, this dude literally lied about a school water outage just to grab a drink. All right, stick with me here as Jiang Shan gets let in, playing it cool while his nerves are totally fried. Then, right at 1:15 p.m., some girl starts screaming bloody murder and runs straight out of the bathroom. A creep is peeping on the girls showering. Jiang Shan peeks through the utility room window and spots that exact same annoying dude again. And hey, the absolute best way to handle trash? Throw some hands. He literally swings his hot thermos, clocking the creep right in the face. Boiling water splashes everywhere, and the guy screams that he is gonna kill him. But pay attention here, Jiang Shan flies forward and plants a massive kick right on his chin. The weirdo goes flying backward, crashing incredibly hard straight into the wall. But crazy enough, the guy actually wobbles back up. Jiang Shan realizes his new weak body definitely needs a lot more gym time. Suddenly, the pervert pulls out a pocket knife and lunges forward. Jiang Shan easily dodges to the side, grabs the dude's wrist, and disarms him like a total boss. He whips a massive high kick straight to the temple, and trust me, you and I just saw this creep get absolutely put to sleep. All right, you and I are jumping straight into a massive beatdown as Jiang Shan unleashes 10 whole years of pure rage. He is absolutely obliterating this absolute trash bag until a super shaky voice finally begs him to chill. She warns him that he'll straight up delete the guy. Jiang Shan looks up and sees a purple-haired cutie standing there. She is the campus goddess who got ruined by a creep back then. Blushing hard, she turns away and mumbles that he should stop staring so intensely. It is super embarrassing for her. Minutes later, the cops show up and roll this absolute weirdo away. A veteran cop eyes Jiang Shan down, asking if he has had professional training with that brutal joint lock. Since it looked so expert, our boy just shrugs it off, claiming he learned that flashy move from some television. But the veteran cop is not buying it, because regular recon soldiers do not even learn high-level skills like that. Now watch this, the old-school officer suddenly lunges straight for Jiang Shan's neck. He asks if television taught him to counter this, but our main character just stares back with ice-cold eyes. Then he calmly asks if a cop choking out a random civilian is really standard procedure. The veteran cop instantly freezes, sweating bullets. That terrifying aura. Just who on earth is this kid? Right then, the pretty campus girl gently tugs the cop's sleeve, begging him not to give our hero a hard time. She promises to testify that the creepy pervert actually pulled a knife first. When Jiang Shan finally gets back home, his sweet mother has a huge feast waiting. Hearing her familiar nagging, he loses control and hugs her tight. You feel that emotion too, right? His mom gets super worried and tries comforting her crying son. While eating, she still keeps worrying, asking if he feels okay, because he seems totally different today. She wonders if school is stressing him out, saying they just want him to graduate, not be some crazy superhero. His dad can find him a safe job later. Hearing her rambling just fills Jiangshan with pure warmth. Later that night, he relaxes on his bed, truly loving this peaceful student life where he doesn't have to dodge stray bullets anymore. Normal, everyday folks have to struggle so hard just to keep their simple happiness. But villains can easily ruin it. So you and I know he's going to change this world this time, leaving absolutely zero regrets. Check this out. Next day at school, even the security guard gave him a thumbs up. All right, you and I are watching the older kids completely change their tune about Jiangshan from class 15. He is actually kind of handsome. His fight yesterday was next level, and even a passing dean stopped to praise him. Seriously, well done, Jiangshan. The principal actually wants to award him. Jiangshan is speechless. He never expected saving a life to cause this much hype. Will his classmates act any different? Sure enough, before even entering the room, he hears everyone buzzing with gossip. The moment he sits down, his buddy hypes him up, saying his moves yesterday were insane, like Chong Wei beating Liu. Jiangshan just chuckles. Want me to teach you? His friend's eyes light up. For real, Godfather. This totally triggers the class monitor in the front row, who mutters about how everyone is acting like he won some medal. He stomps over and snaps, asking why Jiangshan did not turn in his English homework. Jiangshan hands it over, casually muttering that he did not know collecting homework required the actual class monitor. Must be a huge deal. But then the monitor straight up rips the homework to shreds right there. He coldly orders him to rewrite it. Jiangshan's buddy immediately stands up to protest this absolute nonsense. Are you out of your mind, Yang Tinley? Why tear his homework? Suddenly, the monitor's lackey sneers, telling him to rewrite it 10 times. It better be done before school ends. Jiangshan's buddy jumps to his feet. You are obviously just picking a fight here. The lackey crosses his arms and barks at him to shut up and stay out of this. Now keep your eyes on this part. Jiangshan steps in to hold his buddy back. I will rewrite it, but you owe an apology. The class monitor laughs, asking, apologize for what? Jiangshan tosses his notebook aside coldly, saying, for your spineless attitude. That instantly triggers the absolute fury of the lackey. He throws a wild punch, but Jiangshan dodges effortlessly. However, a random girl walking by is suddenly in the line of fire. Seeing the punch coming for her, Jiangshan rushes forward and yanks her out of harm's way. But her nose still gets grazed. Jiangshan's eyes darken. You've officially crossed the line. Hands that hurt the innocent do not deserve to stay intact. In a flash, he catches the lackey in a brutal joint lock. With a sickening crack, his arm snaps. The class monitor panics, grabs a heavy wooden stool, and swings it at Jiangshan. But Jiangshan saw it coming. He spins-locks the monitor's neck and launches a heavy fist right at him. Suddenly, a loud voice roars through the room, asking what on earth they think they are doing. The discipline director yells, asking if Jiangshan thinks he owns the place just because he likes to fight. The girl he saved steps up to explain, but the director barks at everyone to shut their mouths. He orders Jiangshan to the office. The class monitor smiles smugly. Once inside, the director gives him a stern look. You and I know this is unfair, but Jiangshan fires right back. So when he targets me, I just take it. The director sighs, explaining his father is powerful, so nobody will cross him. You'll be the one who suffers here. I get you have hot blood, but sometimes you just have to deal with it. Go write an apology and behave yourself. But back in class, everyone greets him with epic, thunderous cheers. They call him a hero. The pink-haired girl he saved walks over and whispers a sweet thank you to him. He politely replies that he is glad she is okay. Seeing this makes the monitor's lackey grind his teeth in rage. That jerk gets all the attention again. He leans over to Yang Tinley, asking if they are really letting this slide. If we jump him after school with 10 guys, there is no way he can take all of us at once. The class monitor waves it off, saying there is no need. He was just too emotional and impulsive earlier. Thinking calmly brute force is just for lower life forms. This world actually runs on laws and rules. Only those who control the rules can rise up and dominate. With that, he calls up his powerful father's secretary. Uncle Xiao, quick question. If I wanted to send a classmate straight to juvenile detention, how would I do that properly? Right then, Lin Shi, the girl he rescued, finds him to thank him again and ask if he is free tonight. She hands him her father's card, saying he wants to thank him in person. Seeing the card from the Eastern Theater Command, his eyes widen. Lin Jinbong is the youngest major general in the entire military. A top figure among the military hardliners, though rumors say he later withdrew from the main center of power. Jiang Shan accepts the card solemnly, telling her that helping out is just his duty, and there is no need to trouble him. The moment he sits down, his buddy asks what Lin Shi wanted. You're going to want to see what happens next. He just laughed it off, joking that her dad wanted him as a live-in son-in-law, making his desk mate snort. Let's dive in, because right then, the class monitor tells Jiang Shan the principal wants him right now. The second Jiang Shan steps inside the principal, points a shaking finger, and screams that he is a murderer. Jiang Shan looks at the fake report and mocks the skull fracture claim, pointing out the ink is still wet. The principal slams the desk, yelling about questioning official reports, but our boy already knows the truth. This was all Yang Tinley pulling strings. He never even touched Han Shan, so a fracture was flat out impossible. Jiang Shan stays quiet, making the principal scream at him to speak up, because the proof is right there. Jiang Shan cuts him off, suggesting they go visit Han Chung at the hospital together, right this second. Let's see if he's actually hurt or if you just failed your job. Principal, you should butt out. What makes you think Yang Tinley's dad is that powerful? This savage comeback leaves the principal completely speechless and shook by his boldness. Right then, two cops burst inside, accusing Jiang Shan of straight-up assault. Now pay attention here, because Yang Tinley sneers at him to give up, but our main character just chuckles like it's nothing. He tells Yang to chill, because the show is just starting. Next, a cop slams a confession paper on the table. Sign this, the cop demands, asking why he tried to kill a classmate, but Jiang Shan stays ice cold. Instead of grilling me, go check Han Chong's records. The cop snaps back, saying he is the suspect here. Jiang Shan's face hardens as he shuts down, refusing to speak a single word until his lawyer arrives. He looks up at the camera with a smirk, casually asking if the recording is even turned on. No warrant, sloppy uniforms, and zero identification. The whole setup is trash, and this interrogation is a total joke. He mocks the department for hiring these two absolute clowns, leaving the panicked officers whispering about how he knows so much. Shocked by his knowledge, they listen as Jiang Shan calmly tells them to go fetch their boss, someone who actually knows the rules. Right on cue, the chief, Dong Li, walks in smirking, claiming rules do not apply to everyone. You simply messed with the wrong crowd, kid. Just sign the paper. We might shave 3 years off your time. Jiang Shan laughs, mocking him for kissing the villain's dad's butt. You must be an acting chief so desperate to climb. But the higher you climb without morals, the harder you will crash. You will be a total mess on impact. Those savage words hit deep. Dong Li loses it, grabbing our boy's collar and snarling at him to shut his mouth, calling him a brat. He threatens to teach him a lesson, but before he can finish, an officer interrupts to say there is a phone call. It is from military command headquarters. Jiang Shan casually tells the chief to go ahead and take it. You and I both know the chief is sweating right now, because why else would headquarters call at this exact moment? It has to be because of this kid. Seeing him freeze Jiang Shan mocks him for not wanting to answer. With no other choice, he picks up the phone, only to be flat-out ordered to free Jiang Shan immediately. He tries to argue, but suddenly the door gets kicked wide open as a voice complains about dealing with annoying bureaucrats. In walks He Chongshan, an elite officer under Lin Bang, and the chief immediately starts losing his mind. The chief stammers about procedures, but He Chongshan cuts him off by pressing a cold gun barrel right to his forehead. Terrified, the chief forces a fake smile and quickly leads the armed officer straight to the interrogation room. He is completely safe, the chief stammers, but the officer demands answers. Why arrest him then? You have insane guts. Locking up someone our colonel values, he snaps, as the chief nervously laughs it off. Jiang Shan silently watches the entire clown show, thinking that while help was a bit late, the timing was perfect. Before going to the principal, he had given his friend Lin Bang's card, telling him to make the call if things went south. Looking back at that moment, he feels incredibly relieved he planned ahead. Without that precaution, the villains would have destroyed him. He Chongshan pulls out a file and demands the chief sign it. Just sign and release him. The chief takes the document, his mind already racing with calculations. The young family messed with a total steel wall this time. Backed by the powerful Lin family and the military, this kid is no ordinary high schooler. The chief needs to fix this relationship fast. Driving away, He Chongshan asks him to confirm his name. He thanks him for saving the daughter, and that's where we leave our boy paying back Uncle Lin. We are even. He Chongshan chuckled. That is not how it works. I heard you have serious skills, and I am curious. How good? The old man squeezed hard, but you and I are about to watch Jiang Shan match his crazy strength. Without warning, He Chongshan's other hand whipped straight toward Jiang Shan's face. Jiang Shan slipped the blow and fired a counterpunch, but the old man easily dodged it. The two traded blows in the tight back seat, absolutely terrifying the soldiers up front. Suddenly, one yelled, "Sir, there is a police checkpoint right ahead." They stopped instantly. He Chongshan sighed. Good thing they did not see us. I hate doing annoying paperwork. Jiang Shan tensed up from habit, but then remembered he was a civilian now and relaxed. Once they arrived at the base, He Chongshan sent Jiang Shan upstairs alone to meet Lin Jinbang. As Jiang Shan walked away, He Chongshan massaged his aching shoulder. Is that kid a monster? His hand-to-hand is totally unreal. A soldier nearby giggled. Sir, did you just get owned? He Chongshan barked back. Get lost. Go get me some muscle rub now. Meanwhile, Jiang Shan entered the office. Lin Jinbang sipped his tea and spoke gravely. My daughter is my whole world. If not for you, I would have lost her. I owe you everything. Jiang Shan politely said, Just doing my job, sir. No thanks needed for doing what is right. Lin Jinbang definitely respected his bravery and guts. Watch closely. This secret file is about to totally ruin Vice District Chief Yang's entire life. Lin Jinbang said firmly, You crossed a line today. But don't worry, those Yangs are going down very soon. This sparked a massive memory for Jiang Shan. In his past life, young Tinley's corrupt dad was arrested right about now. Nearly $6 million in dirty cash vanished back then, only to be found in 2024 at Yang's old house. Seeing him spacing out, Lin Jinbang asked, What's on your mind? Jiang Shan smirked. I was just wondering, what if Vice District Chief Yang's house suddenly got robbed? At 3 o'clock the next morning, Jiang Shan geared up in all black and slipped out into the shadows. 30 minutes later, he reached the Yang family mansion. Security cameras were everywhere, but he found a perfect blind spot. He started his timer, scaled the high wall, and snuck inside like a seasoned pro. The old news reports only mentioned the money was hidden in some backyard decoration with no exact spot. Then a running water fountain caught his eye. As Jiang Shan sneaked closer, a guard suddenly barked, Who is over there? The flashlight beam swept past, showing only a cute white cat. Once the guard left, a soaking wet Jiang Shan climbed out, holding a massive sack of cash. Can you believe this? The cash was just sitting in a box at the bottom of the fountain. No wonder the cops never found it. But 6 million was way too much to squeeze into his regular backpack. He looked around, spotted a handy handcart, loaded all the cash onto it, and wheeled it away. Now, where to put it? Real estate, crypto, or maybe investing in the early internet. Right then, a car suddenly cruised past him. The tires screeched as the car stopped right ahead. A totally wasted young Tinley stumbled out screaming, "Have fun in jail, loser! Trash like you belongs in the garbage." He kicked the cart hard to make his point. Then he froze. The cart was not full of trash, it was filled with cash. He blinked, totally confused. Am I hallucinating? By then, Jiang Shan had already crept up behind him. With one quick, clean strike, young Tinley passed out cold. Jiang Shan sneered. Before calling others garbage, you should take a look at your own pathetic self. Underage, no driver license, and totally wasted behind the wheel. You and your dad are just textbook spoiled brats, rotten to the absolute core. Jiang Shan gave him a couple extra kicks, then pulled a shiny kitchen knife from his backpack. Killing you is way too easy, but a funny makeover? Absolutely. He grabbed the kid's head and shaved his hair clean off in one go. All done, Jiang Shan stretched his sore neck and sighed. Man, giving haircuts is way harder than it looks. Hope our favorite class monitor loves his morning surprise. At sunrise, Jiang Shan's mother knocked on his door for breakfast. She kept complaining, "I am visiting the temple today because I think a burglar might have broken in last night. The kitchen knife is covered in mystery hair, and the front hallway is completely flooded with water. Where on earth did all that water and hair come from? Seriously, son, do you think we got robbed or cursed?" She nagged, "Did you stay up past your bedtime again?" Jiang Shan kept completely quiet, just smiling to himself. His mom should have definitely been a professional detective. Meanwhile, a guard at the Yang mansion found some drunk passed out on the sidewalk and kicked him. "Wake up, dummy. You and I know his day is ruined. You and I are about to see a spoiled brat get what he deserves." Groggy Tinley snaps, "Who dares talk to me like that?" making the guard freeze. "Young master, is that you?" Tinley rubs his throbbing head, totally pissed. "Why the hell are you yelling so early?" My head is literally splitting. But then he feels a weird chill. He looks down and sees his precious hair scattered all over the floor. He absolutely loses it. "Who did this? My dad is going to end you." He bolts straight home screaming, "I will lock you up. Your whole family is going to rot in jail with Jiang Shan." Barging into the mansion, he yells, "Dad, I got bullied again. Go find that punk and shoot him." Instead, he runs face first into officers, dragging his dad out in handcuffs. Tinley dives forward, grabbing his dad's arm. "Let him go right now. I will have you all executed." The officer calmly flashes his badge, Anti-Corruption Bureau. "Your father is under arrest for major crimes. Cooperate with us." Right then, Tinley felt his entire world collapse. His dad looks at him completely defeated and whispers, "Tinley, this is one time I cannot protect you." Now watch closely. Back at school, Jiang Shan's classmate is buzzing with gossip. "Did you hear? Tinley's dad got busted." Jiang Shan just says, "Oh." He remembers exactly how many big shots got dragged down by this scandal in his past life. But now it is all happening way sooner. Looks like the butterfly effect of his reincarnation is already rewriting history. For now, Jiang Shan has a much bigger problem. How is he going to spend 6 million? Revenge is definitely the plan, but building an empire to take down Shan Xiao requires serious cash. He thinks about investing. Maybe buying the building right in front of him to collect rent. Then he just shakes his head and chuckles at himself. Old habits die hard, man. His absolute first instinct is still just to be a landlord. Walking through a sketchy alley, he spots some thugs beating up a guy and thinks about how bad the neighborhood security is. He is about to wait for them to leave, but then the victim screams, "I really do not have any cash." Jiang Shan looks closer and freezes. It is Director Dong from the local police station, stressed by bosses bullied by street punks. What a tough break. One thug whips out a heavy metal pipe and growls, "You old bastard, you will not learn until you are in a coffin, huh?" Director Dong groans and drops. Seeing him totally still, the punks look at each other, panicking that they might have actually killed him. The guy with the pipe raises it again, ready to finish him off. Right as it starts swinging down, Jiang Shan jumps in. Let us pause for a second. With one single kick, he sends the thug flying. Dong looks up in shock as Jiang Shan smiles. "We meet again, Director Dong. Was your comfortable office too boring, so you came to play rat in the gutter?" Dong blushes, stammering, "I was just observing the public." "An undercover operation." Jiang Shan chuckles and pulls him up. "Oh, please, getting beaten like this. Your undercover act is a little too convincing, man." Dong immediately tries to butter him up. "Hey, what if you take the exam and join the police force, little Jiang?" Before he can finish, Jiang Shan cuts him off. "Cut the jokes. We need to talk business." Dong nods instantly. "Absolutely. Absolutely. The more I look at you, the more impressive you are." In the car, Dong rambles about reckless young punks. Jiang Shan asks flatly, "Are you throwing shade at me?" Dong panics instantly. "No way. You are a hero, not like those punks. Honestly, if not for you, today I would be eating hospital food right now." Jiang Shan says, "Seriously, stop the sweet talk. This neighborhood security is trash, and it is going to blow up soon." Dong smiles nervously. "Yes, absolutely urgent and necessary." "But what about Chief Lin?" Jiang Shan replies calmly. "Uncle Lin has always cared about keeping the streets safe. If you want a promotion, Dong playing undercover is not going to work. You need real results." Then Jiang Shan drops a business idea. "I just need a partner I can trust." The eastern side of the old town is getting completely rebuilt soon. Dong looks shocked. "You mean we buy in early?" Jiang Shan warns him. "Hey, watch the road, man. Do not wreck us before we even begin." Dong sighs. "Look, that area requires more than connections. It takes crazy capital." Jiang Shan replies, "Do not worry about the money. I just need a trusted insider who can handle trouble and keep things legal. You will make a massive retirement nest egg out of this." Dong grits his teeth and nods. "If you trust me, I trust you. From now on, you are my nephew. Need anything? Just ask." Fast forward to next morning. Jiang Shan is studying in class when suddenly someone starts banging loudly on the door. Tinley appears with a bandage wrapped around his head and walks over. The very next second, he drops straight to his knees, crying, "Jiang Shan, I was wrong. I am trash. I deserve this. Please save my dad. You are the only one who can help. Trust me. You and I are going to want to see what happens next. Trust me, you and I are going to love this guy. Begging so hard, his wig slips right off." The whole class completely lost it. Someone literally yelled, "Look at our class president going full monk mode." Jiang Shan was just like, did he seriously shave his head because of my haircut? Jiang Shan stepped up and told him, "Get up, man. Do not kneel so easily. Stop crying like a baby." Yang froze up. Jiang Shan just gave him a cold stare and said, "I never promised to help. Your dad broke the law. You know what he did. Stop trying to pull strings and just cooperate with the police already. Class is starting, so beat it." Instantly, Yang dropped the sad act and gave him a deadly look. He muttered, "Just you wait, Jiang Shan. Whatever I lose, I am taking you down with me." That night, some shady dudes were whispering outside Jiang Shan's place, asking Yang if they really had to do this tonight. "Our guys are still in the hospital." But Yang just snapped, "Shut up and get the stuff ready." They lit up the firebombs, but totally hesitated, saying fighting is one thing, but this is crazy. Arson is a massive crime. But Yang got mad and said it will just look like an accident. Now pay attention here. Right as they are about to throw the firebomb, Jiang Shan suddenly pops out. Well, well, Class President Yang, up past your bedtime to write some poetry under my building? Yang completely froze. Jiang Shan, why are you awake? He screamed at his goons to get him, but they just hesitated. He wrecked us yesterday. Yang lost it and yelled, "After everything I have done for you?" One thug tried to back out, saying, "My head hurts. Let the other guy go first instead." They kept arguing, but Jiang Shan coldly interrupted. Why argue? You are both getting beat up anyway. He dropped from a tree and landed a massive punch to the face, knocking him out instantly. Yang ordered the last goon to fight, but the guy panicked and lied, "Oh crap, my stove is on." He literally ran away. Yang raised the firebomb in a rage, but Jiang Shan was way too fast. You and I both know how this ends. Yang gets trapped and immediately starts begging like a total coward. Jiang Shan just smirked and hit him with a brutal uppercut that sent him flying backward. Shh, don't wake my mom. 30 minutes of absolute beating later, a police car finally pulls up. The cops grab the battered bald guy, but Yang screams, "Wait, why are you arresting me? Are you blind? He broke my leg. Dong Li, you traitor. My dad built your entire career." Director Dong just laughed. "Kid, your father never taught you how real politics work? Timing is everything. Play with fire, and you get burned. Lock him up." The next day, Dong toured the zone with Jiang Shan. Dong complained that the roads were trash and wondered how this dump could ever make money. Jiang Shan smiled, remembering 17 people became millionaires here. He dropped some insider info about city expansions. It'll be a massive high-tech hub. Land prices are going to skyrocket. Dong was thrilled to have a smart partner. But Jiang Shan knew they were just using each other. With Dong, he would get a huge slice. They found a cheap bar and bought it instantly. $150,000. Deal done. Dong wondered why they sold so fast. The owner sighed. "My son has huge gambling debts. Loan sharks will take my building if I don't pay." Dong cursed at the useless kid, but Jiang Shan felt like the timing was way too perfect. Debt collectors showing up right before demolition was too convenient. He asked who the son owed, Tiger Chun. The owner added that the guy seemed to care way more about the property than the actual cash. He sold just to avoid trouble. Jiang Shan had his answer and quickly secured the contract. Dong offered him a drink, but Jiang Shan walked out. There was no time to chill. Someone else wanted this land. Chun Jin Hu, the underground king of this city for 20 years. They call him the ruler of the night. Dong nervously asked what they should do. Chun Jin Hu is a mad dog, and he's apparently connected to a powerful capital city family. Hearing that family name made Jiang Shan freeze as dark memories from his past life rushed back. Jiang Shan just smirked. Stick around, because we are about to see this family get absolutely wrecked. All right, you and I are about to watch our main character destroy some gangsters. He says if their pet dog reaches out, he is cutting off its paws. Director Dong, keep buying up those cheap properties. I will handle the cash. Just leave the rest to me. Zhang Zan stares out the window, planning to collect some interest first. Meanwhile, inside Tiger Chen's crowded casino, Shunena completely loses his mind. What? Our target bar got bought out. A shaking lackey explains the old man sold the place. Chun slams his fist down in pure rage. We drugged him, set traps, and still got blocked. Absolutely useless. Find out who did this. The manager runs in, telling Tiger to chill, and hands over a photo of a high school student. Dong Li Chen cools down a bit. That guy used to ride with the Yangs. They went down, so why is he still standing? And this kid does not look like a gangster. Dong is a chief, so we cannot fight him directly. Dig up dirt on that student. 3 days, I want everything Shunene barks at the guy who brought the news. As for you, pretty boy, grab some guys and stake out that bar. I want to see their next move. Mess this up, and I will castrate you and sell you off. That night, Jiang Shan drags his nervous deskmate into enemy territory. His buddy gulps. "Shan, this is Chun Jin's turf. Word on the street is he is a total monster." Jiang Shan replies coolly. "Relax, stick to the plan, and stay put. Just play on your phone. Time will fly. If things get risky, I will handle it. Do you want that new console or not?" Hearing that his buddy nods rapidly, telling him to watch out. Pay attention here, because this is where our main character goes completely solo, heading straight into the lion's den to knock on that door. The window slides open. "Closed tonight, beat it." Knowing the code, Jiang Shan answers smoothly. Business depends on luck, right? The door swings open. "Welcome. You look new around here. Is it your first time?" Knowing they are testing him, Jiang Shan tosses a fat stack of cash. "You know what this is, right? Show me around." The worker quickly scoops up the cash, smiling and clapping. Suddenly, a group of giggling bunny girls appears. "Right this way, handsome." Inside, a desperate gambler begs for a loan so he can win his money back. Another guy snaps, "Beat it, security, throw this loser out." A bunny girl whispers, "He is cursed, do not bother with him." "But you look super lucky. Tonight is your night." Jiang Shan just snorts. Gambling is never about luck. Making her blink, "Then what is it since you work here?" Jiang Shan replies, "You should know that better than me," then walks to the counter. He buys 100,000 in chips. You and I know luck has nothing to do with what is about to happen next. Really, it is just mental warfare, mixed with sneaky little tricks. Jiang Shan sits down at a 3-card brag table. The heavy guy next to him has telltale facial twitches, a strong hand. The long-haired dude looks calm, but his long pinky nail is perfect for secretly marking the cards. The dealer calls for bets. Immediately, the heavy guy raises 5,000. Jiang Shan shoves his entire 100,000. The fat guy freezes, thinking this kid must be holding a monster hand. "Hey dealer, first time here? If you have good cards, you bet big right." The hesitant dealer nods. Jiang Shan sighs in relief, hearing that the other two players instantly fold their hands. The dealer announces that the chips go to the young man before the reshuffle and asks him to show his hand. But when they see his trash cards, their faces twist in pure anger. "Wait, that is all you had? I thought he had a flush. We got totally baited. Give me another round. I want my money back. Wait, where did he go?" By then, Jiang Shan is already gone with his chips. He knows the exact same trick only works once. A bunny girl runs over with a massive smile, saying she told him he was lucky to win that fast. "Since I am your lucky charm, how about buying me a drink?" "No thanks," Jiang Shan replies flatly. "I am a student, ma'am." Calling her ma'am absolutely devastates her. Jiang Shan just ignores it and asks if there are any faster-paced games around. She forces a fake smile, thinks for a brief moment, and points him toward the high-thrill tables. Over there, gamblers are screaming around the dice table. Jiang Shan sits down instantly, reading the dice just by listening to the sound. The dealer sets down the cup and calls for bets. Jiang Shan shoves all his chips onto big, and boom, it is big. The dealer looks horrified. He is not even wearing cheating gear. Jiang Shan just taps the table, telling him to hurry up. Shake them again. In no time, he cleans them out for another million in chips. Up in the surveillance room, Channon is absolutely screaming. "Who is this kid? Does he think we run a charity here? Go call the Japanese woman right now." Nearby gamblers stare at Jiang Shan's massive mountain of chips. Holy crap, he won millions! Is he a gambling god? Trust me, you and I just witnessed a complete robbery, and the dealer is absolutely toast. All right, you and I are diving into some wild casino drama. A heavy door slams open. Bodyguards escort a lady in, and she waves the dealer away. Her eyes lock right on to Jiang Shan. He stares back, and a spark of recognition instantly hits them both. The manager whispers her name, and it clicks. Shaharu Noyoma. Wait, was not she supposed to be in the Golden Triangle? In his past life, they first met at a Shibuya pub. She absolutely loved his sharp, wolf-like eyes. She once told him that true dice listening meant feeling them breathe, reading every tiny muscle shift like a heartbeat. Now, as Shaharu shakes the cup, Jang Shan closes his eyes and snaps them open. He shoves his chips forward, all in on triple threes. Her pupils shrink. This guy is straight up wilding. Only an insane player makes that bet. As she hesitates, Jang Shan calmly tells her to open the cup, jaw clenching. She lifts it. 3 threes. The manager breaks into a cold sweat. That is over $50 million with the multipliers. Boss Chun Jin-hoo explodes, asking who is wrecking his joint, right as a lackey bursts in. Boss, I saw him clearly. The kid wrecking our tables is the exact same student who bought out our bar. Pure rage flashes in Chun Jin-hoo's eyes. What? He buys my bar and steals my cash? Does he think he is above the law? Chun Jin-hoo roars, telling his boys to grab their weapons. He vows to dig up the kids' ancestors and feed them to dogs. He storms to the front desk with his crew. Meanwhile, Jang Shan is cashing out while calling his partner Deng Sha, telling him to cut the power. Chun Jin-hoo rushes in, screaming, "You little bastard! You trash my place and think you can just walk?" Watch closely as he swings a massive cleaver right at Jang Shan. Suddenly pitch black. When the lights flicker back on, Chun Jin-hoo is knocked out cold on the floor, eyes rolled back. Jang Shan grabs his huge stack of cash and heads to the power room to find Deng Sha. A bunny girl blocks his path looking for trouble. Jang Shan just glances at her and asks if she is looking to die. "Lady, move aside, I am going home." Being called lady triggers her, and she screams at her men to get him and grab the money. 3 goons surround him, telling him to hand it over unless he wants his pretty face ruined. They are not holding back. Jang Shan sighs. He planned everything except offending a woman. She sneers, telling him he did not offend her. "You offended the boss." Jang Shan rolls his shoulders. A rabbit serving a tiger is still just trash. His aura suddenly explodes. "Let's save some time and jump me at once." A thug charges with a steel pipe, but Jang Shan blocks and punches him flying. The other 2 freeze, seeing their buddy get knocked out in one shot. Jang Shan calmly asks, one by one or together? "You and I both know how this ends." They rush him together, but he leaps up, smashing their heads in midair. The bunny girl panics and runs for the alley. Deng Sha appears, mentioning they had backup generators on site, so he blacked out the entire street. Jang Shan approves with a nod, and they dip. Back inside, the bunny girl begs for mercy. The manager slaps her. "You let him walk away and put on a fake act. The cameras caught everything, sister. You 2 were flirting all night, clearly working together." She cries that she is loyal, but the manager just sneers. "I just need a scapegoat. Make her talk. Get creative with it. I do not buy that she does not know him." The next day in class, Jang Shan marks the old district on a map. Boss Chun is dealt with for now. Things are moving smoothly, but greed is dangerous. Once the demolition news leaks, prices will skyrocket and predators will swarm. Time to cash out. With his new wealth, the next step is building a private security firm and recruiting muscle. After all, plenty of dangerous guys out there absolutely despise the Chun family. After school, Jang Shan walks into tutoring with his head down. To his surprise, the gorgeous Lin is sitting right there. Earlier, his teacher roasted him for bad grades and forced him to attend. Jang Shan assumed Lin was also there to study, but she smiles and drops a bomb. "I am actually the top student in our grade, so I am your." Trust me, you've got to watch as she suddenly grabs his tie and whispers closely. She says she came just for John, so he better pay attention to his teacher. Her sweet smell hits him, making him blush hard. Calling herself Lin, she giggles and teases that his red ears and face prove he is not actually that cold. Now pay attention here as Jang Shan pulls away to study while she just grins and lets him go. She promises to stop pulling pulling his tie, but offers to clip back his long bangs. As she leans in again, Jiang Shan totally loses his cool. He backs up, insisting they start the lesson while internally face-palming at his own weakness. He survived literal hellfire, yet this girl makes him sweat. Trust me, you and I are definitely sticking around for Lin. You and I are jumping right into a wild lesson Jiang Shan backed up fast. Got it. Step back a bit, okay? Her face instantly fell. Jiang Shan, do you hate me? He frowned. No way. She pushed him. So you do not hate me. Is there more? Turning red, she confessed, I like you. Jiang Shan froze. What did you say? Taking a deep breath, she yelled, I like you, ever since you saved my life. I have just been trying to get your attention. She blushed. Kid stuff, right? What about you, Jiang Shan? Got any feelings for me? His heart raced, but he shut it down. Sorry, Linshi. We walk different paths. I cannot drag you into my mess, she chased after him. If it is grades, I can tutor you. Night fell over the Chun family villa. Chen Xiao swirled his wine. Uncle Hu, you totally let me down. Chun Jin fell to his knees, shaking. I am sorry. That kid is a freak. He totally broke me. Chun Xiao cut him off cold. I do not care about how I want results. Those buildings are key spots. My dad really wants them, Chun Jin begged, face to the floor. Yes, I will get them. One more chance. Chun Xiao stepped in, his voice freezing cold as he smashed his wine glass to pieces. Mess up again, and you are the one shattering. Get out. He poured another glass, wearing a nasty grin. Some nobody named Jiang Shan thinks he can mess with my family. Now watch closely to see his brutal plan. Outside, Chun Jin limped toward his fancy ride with his goons, completely unaware Jiang Shan was listening from the dark. He had secretly bugged the guy. The moment he heard Chun Xiao talk, his anger went through the roof. That spoiled air was dead meat. Jiang Shan grabbed the handle, ready to bust out. But he stopped. Being reckless right now would just ruin everything. Taking them out would be too easy. Real revenge needed power and deep patience. He had to cool off first. Taking a deep breath, he pushed the anger back down and sat on his bed, looking at the cash by his feet. The startup cash was ready. Now he needed a personal army that only listened to him. That was the only way to crush the Chun family. Next day, he arrived at the Eastern Theater shooting range. He Chung-shan laughed to his soldier. Not bad. His stance is better than yours. You really a high school kid. You look like secret special forces. The soldier got mad. Sir, you are hyping this kid up way too much. Static targets and basic drills. This is like a carnival game. Jiang Shan just nodded. Yeah, he is right. A bit too easy. Let's spice things up. Hey, Mr. Doubter, throw a shell casing up. Let's see what happens next. The soldier snapped. Who are you calling a doubter? He laughed inside, throwing it. Dream on, kid. He threw the casing high into the air. Jiang Shan aimed and fired in one clean, lightning-fast move. Boom! The bullet hit the target dead on. Both men froze. The soldier laughed nervously. Lucky shot. But He Chung-shan knew better. Jiang Shan got fired up. Not convinced. Do it again. I will shoot with my eyes closed. He Chung-shan laughed. Who cares about him? I am sold. Kid, you are a straight-up gun god. You seriously never trained before? Jiang Shan scratched his head. Just carnival balloons, I guess. Mentally, he realized he went too far. He Chung-shan looked suspicious. Balloons, man. I should send my squad there. Jiang Shan quickly shifted gears. Commander He, listen. I actually came here for some serious business. He Chung-shan nodded. As long as it is legal, I am in. Jiang Shan laid it out. I want to build a security firm. Let's recruit veterans, give top soldiers a place to use their skills, make real cash, and keep their pride. They bled and fought. They should not be discarded, and a solid crew like that keeps the streets clean. He Chung-shan smirked. Big dreams for a kid. Then he gave a big thumbs up. All right, what do you need? Jiang Shan looked him dead in the eye. Good recruiting channels and official licenses. Done. I will handle the papers. He wrote an address down. This is a retired sergeant. Tough men over there. He handed the paper over. Go all out, kid. Build something real and call me anytime. Jiang Shan stared cold at the target ahead, a dark grin on his face. Chun Yu, your nightmare starts now. With the address, Jiang Shan walked deep into a maze of slums. He found a tiny repair shop run by a veteran. Inside, a massive guy was fixing a washing machine. This was White Ping. Jiang Shan said, "Advisor, he sent me. Let's talk." "I am Jiang Shan." White Ping looked up cold. "I fix machines, not lives. Buzz off." But Jiang Shan kept pushing. "I have got a real job for you, a gig to change your life." White Ping glared. "I do not care how you know He Changshan. Even if he sent you cash, will not buy me." With that, he grabbed some chopsticks. "Trust me, you and I need to see what is next." He tosses a chopstick to Jiang Shan. "Let us watch them settle this first. One to drop their stick loses." Jiang Shan is so down for this. They instantly charge at each other like absolute beasts. Jiang Shan spots a sweet opening leaping right over Bipeng's line of sight to drive his chopstick down hard. Bipeng blocks it instantly with both hands. The bamboo literally bends into a crazy arc, about to snap. Jiang Shan follows up with a swift right kick, but Bipeng barely dodges. Jiang Shan lands smoothly and grins. Solid defense, but how about his offense? Bipeng's eyes gleam. Let us find out. His stick shoots forward like a spear. Jiang Shan ducks kicks Bipeng's arm and sends his chopstick flying away. Right then, a young kid bursts through the door shouting that he is back. Bipeng's face completely loses all its color. Xiao Fei stands frozen in shock. Jiang Shan sprints right towards him. Just as the stick is about to strike, Jiang Shan grabs it out of midair. Bipeng rushes over in panic, but the kid is totally fine. The kid tells his brother how amazing and fast that guy was. Bipeng just stands there, completely speechless. He invites Jiang Shan inside. Noticing him looking at the pills on the table, Bipeng explains the situation quietly. "That is all for Xiao Fei's illness. You are right, I must change things, but this does not mean I lost. If I had not panicked, I could have caught it. Since you saved my brother, I am with you. My life is yours now. Tell me what you need." Jiang Shan smiles, saying he is not starting a gang, he is building a legit company. "I need an elite squad, and you are the blade to train them. Watch closely because this is where it gets crazy." Jiang Shan glances at an old army photo on the wall. But Bipeng just chuckles bitterly at those hopeful days. Hope dies fast when you are begging for wages on sketchy construction sites. Cruel bosses do not care who they crush. Bipeng offers him some tea, but Jiang Shan waves it off. He tells him to drop the formalities and speak frankly. Does it not eat at you working for trash who stomp on people's pride? Strong men like you should not be buried by life. I want to build a place where we all belong. We will do real security work to stay fed, but when gangs prey on people, we are the fist. I need you. A battle-hardened blade, Bipeng's spirit ignites. Since you trust me, I am with you. Wherever you point, I will strike. They bump fists. Jiang Shan tells him to handle things at home first and promises they will treat his brother together. Leaving the slum, Jiang Shan notices some amateur stalkers tailing him. It is definitely Shinjin Wu's guys keeping tabs. I know what you are thinking, but wait till you see who is stalking him. The school beauty, Lin Ji, peeks out. She pouts, saying he is being too harsh. Jiang Shan never expected to see her here. "Why are you following me, Lin?" She softly explains that he skipped tutoring today, and as his official tutor, she feels completely responsible for him. She was so worried she followed him all the way here. Jiang Shan frowns, telling her she is the one to worry about. "I told you, we walk different paths. Why get involved in this danger?" But Lin refuses to back down. How dangerous could it be? More than thugs with knives. Suddenly, her face pales. "Watch out, a car is coming." A van bursts out of the alley, accelerating straight at them. Jiang Shan screams at her to get out of the way. But instead of running away, Lin rushes forward and shoves him out of the path with all her strength. The car clips her, sending her crashing down, injured. Instantly, the van doors fly open, and a group of armed thugs jump out. You have got some nerve, kid, pissing off Tiger Lord and still flirting. Jiang Shan's eyes go cold as he protects Lin. The thugs roar and charge, but Jiang Shan's fist smashes the leader, sending him flying. He drops the second thug just as fast, but his back is exposed. Lin screams out a warning. Jiang Shan spins around to see a bald psycho closing in with twin blades raised. This looks bad. Suddenly, a gunshot echoes. A bullet blasts one blade right out of the bald man's hand with crazy precision. Pure panic floods his face. Where did that come from? A cold voice echoes from the rooftop, warning him never to swing a weapon again. A man on the roof aims a gun down, threatening coldly. You have two choices: get lost or die. Later at the hospital, Jiang Shan clenches his fists in pure rage. If they hurt her, he will make them pay 100-fold. Just then, a nurse steps out of the room and asks if there is any family here for the patient. Jiang Shan rushes forward, asking how she is. The nurse explains calmly that she has only minor injuries and shock. She must stay overnight. As they handle the paperwork, you and I both know the real war is just beginning. Get ready because things are about to get wild. Jiang Shan claims he's just a classmate right when her father steps up. Our boy tries to apologize, but Lin Jinbong totally shuts him down with a wave. Inside the hospital room, Lin is holding her dad's hand. She tells him she's totally fine, just a few scratches, and that she actually fell asleep on her own. None of this is Jiang Shan's fault. He actually kept me safe. But Dad, those armed guys who chased off the thugs, they seem to know who I was. Were they with your squad? Lin Jinbong sighs and says they're actually family members. Things are way deeper than you think. Don't stress, just rest up and leave the rest to me. I'll check on you tomorrow. After chilling his daughter out, the dad walks out and Jiang Shan runs up to apologize. Lin Jinbong gives him a cold stare and says, "Sorry doesn't cut it. Go break the legs of the punks who touched my girl." You got it. Back at his place, Jiang Shan taps into his wiretap to spy on the enemy crew. He was hoping to catch some gossip about the girl, but instead he uncovers some crazy dark business. They're dealing in illegal organ trafficking. Pay attention here, because once his elite crew is ready, our main character starts investigating missing persons. But as soon as he mentions the word missing, the neighbors get super sketchy and start avoiding eye contact, completely shutting him down. No surprise there. They are poking around the Chun family, the absolute bosses of the city's criminal underworld. Just yesterday, Jiang Shan got some major intel from Chief Dong Li, who revealed at least 7 or 8 people have vanished lately in the old district, and way more went unreported. Every single lead went cold. Our boy is positive that this sketchy stuff leads straight back to the Chun Syndicate. Out of nowhere, one of the guys they just talked to rolls up with a bunch of thugs. Jiang Shan is completely unfazed. This is their hood, so of course they have spies. Without a single word, the goons rush in. But Bipong steps up to block the path. This big, heavy dude charges forward, yelling about being a human bowling ball. Next second, Bipong just grabs the guy by his head and face plants him hard right into the concrete. Realizing Bipong has got hands, the leader with the scarred face yells for backup while eyeing Jiang Shan. A blonde punk mutters that Jiang Shan looks soft. Why do you get the easy fight? The leader snaps back, telling him to shut up because he's the boss here. Jiang Shan just smirks and tells him to bring it on. If you can't beat me, you won't last a day out here. That does it. The scar-faced guy loses his mind and charges, but our boy winds up and throws a massive punch. The dude gets launched. I know what you're thinking, but our boy tells the rest he's not looking for trouble. Stop acting tough, grab your friends and beat it. The thugs quickly nod and scramble to get out. Bipeng is totally lost, but Jiang Shan tells him this is all about baiting a much bigger fish. Later that night, the scarred guy sneaks over to a parked van alone, and some greasy-haired dude steps out. Together, they drag out a heavy sack with a muffled, gagged person struggling inside, hoisting it up to move the cargo. Bipeng freaks out and whispers that they need to call the cops right now. Instead, Jiang Shan steps right up and yells, "Freeze! Police!" Bipeng goes stiff, while the two kidnappers jump out of their skins. They definitely didn't expect the law, but the scarred leader realizes something is fishy. It's the same two pests from earlier, he snaps, asking why they won't just get lost, while his partner pulls a blade. Seeing them closing in, the scarred guy gets nervous and asks if they should bolt. "We can't take these guys' hand." But his greasy partner isn't buying it and lunges straight at Jiang Shan with the knife. Jiang Shan catches his arm, instantly counterpunches with insane power, and sends the guy flying yards away. Meanwhile, Bipeng drops a heavy hand on the scarred guy's shoulder, asking him where he thinks he is going. After flattening him, Bipeng cuts the sack open. Jiang Shan completely freezes when he sees a crying young Tinley inside. The poor kid looks totally traumatized with his mouth taped shut. Jiang Shan takes him straight to the station. Chief Dong Li looks at the kid, explaining that after his dad was locked up, their house got seized and he got kicked out of school, going from a rich, spoiled brat to being homeless and almost kidnapped. Talk about the absolute worst luck ever. The chief then whispers to our hero that the interrogation is finished, and those thugs are just cheap, low-level delivery boys. All they know is delivering the cargo to a suburban warehouse. Little do they know, Jiang Shan already knows that place belongs to the Chun family. Staring at the map, trust me, we're about to see this whole conspiracy crash down. All right, y'all, stick with me, because Jiang Shan just figured out how they built a secret route under all this demolition chaos. Director Dong, if that warehouse zone is obviously dirty, why can we not just get a search warrant? Dong nervously wiped his sweat, muttering that some high-ups warned them to handle the Chin family with kid gloves. Hearing that, Jiang Shan stared the director down, wondering if the Chins really had backing, or if this old dog was just too scared to bark. So he laid out his pitch. Director Dong, you made bank on the first round of city demolitions, right? Well, it's time to think way bigger. If we kick the Chun family out, future demolitions will bring in absolute heaps of cash. The deal is simple. We should cut the cake ourselves. The Chuns are the only obstacle in our path. Are you really happy with crumbs? Director Dong, do you not want to go all in just this once? Dong Li clenched his fists, choosing justice and the missing folks. I will not protect evil. I will take the heat from the big bosses myself. Jiang Shan flashed a smug smile. Good. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. He immediately had Dong Li sign a warrant authorizing full cooperation with the police investigation. Paperwork in hand, Jiang Shan led his crew to the warehouse, finding cameras watching practically every single corner. Now, pay attention, because with guards everywhere, a head-on raid was complete suicide. So Jiang Shan carefully mapped out their attack plan. One part of the power grid ran right next to a giant tree. Its branches stretched over the wall, creating a massive camera blind spot. Team A slipped in from there to cut the backup generators and cameras, while Bipeng took the dirty drainage system. The drain grate was completely rusted out. Splitting up, Jiang Shan and Bipeng quickly reached the dark drainage outlet. Bipeng snapped the chain lock with cutters. Slinking through the damp, dark passage, they suddenly heard footsteps right above. Jiang Shan and Bipeng quietly crawled out, spotting two clueless guards just slacking off. The second they turned, the duo lunged forward and knocked both out cold. Jiang Shan quietly pushed the door open. What he saw made his eyes pop. Rows of heavy iron jail cells holding actual captive people. Across the room, a doctor was examining a guy. Bipeng asked grimly, Why are they locking folks up like this? Are the Chuns trafficking people or running some kind of camp? Zhang Shan whispered that this was way worse. Okay, let's pause because this is where it gets horrifying. It is matching for organ transplants. The Chuns are harvesting organs. These people are basically livestock waiting for slaughter. Bipong completely lost his mind in rage. Those monsters doing something so evil. Zhang Shan let us free them now. But Zhang Shan held him back. Before playing hero, Zhang Shan whipped out his phone to snap photo evidence, then gave Bipong the green light. Bipong kicked the door open and Zhang Shan burst inside, completely terrifying two guys in white lab coats. "Intruders," shouted some guards. "Who are you fools? Guard the computer data. We will take care of these guys." Seeing the chaos, Zhang Shan told Bipong to pin down the lab coats and secure all the evidence. While Bipong grabbed the paperwork, a thug tried to sneak him from behind. Bipong spun around and kicked him flat. Then Bipong spotted a doctor stuffing documents into a shredder and yelled, "Zhang Shan, they are destroying everything." Meanwhile, more angry thugs swarmed into the room like cockroaches. Zhang Shan yelled, "Hold them off, I will grab the files." Suddenly, the caged hostages realized they were actually being saved. Trading blows with the guards, Zhang Shan grit his teeth and pivoted his plan. Forget the documents, lives come first. Free everyone. Within an hour, all captives were safely at the station. Zhang Shan handed a hard drive to Dong Li containing direct evidence from the scene. It has the prison layout, illegal surgeries, and video of them shredding files in a panic. Dong Li stared at the drive and sighed heavily. "Kid, you really opened a giant can of worms. The Chuns are going to war over this." Zhang Shan smirked. "What, are you getting scared again?" Dong slammed the table, yelling, "I am careful, not a coward." At this point, what is there to lose anyway? This one move decides if we make the Chuns bleed. Trust me, the next day, news of this human warehouse shook the entire nation. Total panic swept the old city, leaving the streets completely dead after dark. Reporters immediately swarmed Dong Li. All right, you and I are diving into a massive corporate conspiracy, starting with this police chief launching a task force to investigate all the corrupt elites. "Nobody gets a pass," he says, as reporters mob him with mics. They ask if this involves the powerful Chun family, but Dongi keeps a completely straight face. He declares that no matter who is backing them, they will bring them down, because justice always wins. Meanwhile, Chunwoo is desperately calling in favors, trying his absolute best to cover up the massive mess. He hangs up and gives Chun In-hwa a freezing look, blaming him completely for the raided warehouse. "Our club got shut down, In-hwa. You were supposed to be our guard dog, but do you know how much cash we just lost? All because you let yourself get bugged, leading the cops straight to my doorstep." Shaking with fear, In-hwa begs for another chance, but Chunwoo just sighs and tells him to forget it. "Keep a dog long enough and you get attached. Walk with me by the river. The rest of you, clean up Tiger Lord. Make it quick and swap that filthy carpet." Moments later, by the docks, men in black stuff In-hwa into an oil drum. Then they toss the heavy drum straight into the ocean. With the deed done, a bodyguard reports that it is handled, and Chunwoo nods, telling his driver to head home. In the back seat, an assistant hands him a tablet showing security footage recovered from their raided warehouse. Now watch closely as he stares at the security footage, finally learning the name of his enemy, Zhang Shan. The guy runs a security firm with deep police connections, and they were the ones who raided the place. Hearing this, Chunwoo just bursts into manic laughter. "How interesting. I figured he was just a useless pawn, but he actually tripped me up." Zhang Shan, whether you are just some reckless rookie or a puppet on a string, your road ends here. Mess with my family, and you pay. Back at his mansion, Chunwoo immediately makes another phone call. He demands the absolute best hitman, telling them to take out Zhang Shan. But a cold voice suddenly cuts him off. "Chunwoo, have you lost your mind? The family is absolutely furious about this disaster. Do you know how much trouble you have caused?" The council decided to demote you 2 spots in the line of succession and cut your budget in half. Chunwoo clenches his teeth. Third uncle, this is not fair. But his uncle snaps, telling him to shut up and keep a low profile. Screw up again and you will be kneeling in the ancestral hall. With the call ended, Chunwoo slams his phone, cursing the old geezers. Kneel. Do they think I am weak? Zhangshan, because of you, my family treats me like garbage. Meanwhile, let's head back to school where our boy Zhangshan is surprisingly crushing his classes. Lin Shi is seriously impressed, praising him for running a business while scoring in the top 10 on midterms. Easy work, Zhangshan replies with a smirk. Just pure brain power, Lin. She gives him a playful kick, claiming it was all her tutoring, which instantly irritates her loyal admirer. The guy storms over, immediately announcing that Zhangshan has skipped way too many classes this semester. The student council is issuing a formal warning and public notice. Hearing this, Lin Shi quickly steps in front of Zhangshan. President Zhao, his situation is special. But Zhao Kai cuts her off, saying special cases must be registered beforehand. Nobody is above the rules. Lin Shi tries to argue, but Zhangshan gently pulls her back behind his shoulder. He just stares at Zhao Kai with a highly provocative smirk. So, Zhao Kai snaps, you will stand in front of the entire school next Monday and apologize publicly. Do it, or we will report you to the board, which might stop you from graduating. Other students start whispering. They wonder if the council even has that power, while Zhangshan knows these absences are just a cheap excuse. Realizing this is just a personal grudge, Zhangshan leans in and whispers a cold warning. President Zhao, choose your battles wisely. Didn't your bosses warn you that some people are completely untouchable? Zhao Kai grits his teeth, asking if that's a threat, while Lin Shi quickly steps in to separate them. She drags Zhangshan away, leaving Zhao Kai standing there absolutely losing his mind with rage. He runs straight to his uncle, the school director, to file a formal complaint against Zhangshan. But his uncle stays calm, advising him that they need a full investigation rather than just listening to his angry, one-sided story. And that's where we leave it. Trust me, Zhao Kai has no idea that Zhangshan is truly special. All right, you and I are diving into a story where even the school board is begging to play nice. You get what that means, right? He just sighed. Do you seriously think a department director like me can just do whatever he wants? The big bosses are involved here. I cannot afford to make them mad. As your uncle here is some free advice, do not mess with Zhangshan. The young Tinley family was crazy powerful right now, and we both know how that ended. Zhao Kai balled up his fists and yelled, "But uncle, today he—" But his uncle snapped, "That is enough. Chill out. This ends right here." But Zhao Kai was making moves in the shadows. No way. If he did not crush Zhangshan right now, the guy would just get more cocky. He was not letting this go. Furious with nowhere to vent, Zhao Kai hit a bar to drink his rage away. Who does this clown think he is? Since when do I take disrespect like this? A blonde girl slid next to him, trying to play sweet. Who dared to make our young master mad? Just forget about him. Come on, let us have a drink together. By tomorrow, you will forget all about it. Zhao Kai shoved her off, snapping, "Get lost. Who do you think you are?" What makes you think you can flex in front of me? You think you are actually on my level to drink with me? At this point, Zhao Kai was completely wasted and barely holding it together, growling, "I see your ugly face, Zhangshan. I hate you." Unluckily for him, Xinyu caught the whole train wreck. After getting the gossip on what happened, Xinyu immediately offered Zhao Kai a sneaky invite. Watch closely because these two are cooking up some absolute trouble. The next day, the teacher introduced a brand new transfer student named Chun Yu. Except he changed his name to Yu Chun and joined Zhang Shan's class directly. Zhang Shan clocked him immediately. No cheap disguise was going to fool him. What kind of goofy stunt was this guy trying to pull now? Turns out the night before, Xinyu had cooked up what he literally named the Destroy Jiangshan Master Plan. Phase 1, pretend to be best buddies with Jiang Shan to sniff out his weaknesses. Then, slowly torture him until he is completely broken. Just picturing it made Chunyu laugh like a literal villain. Get ready to cry, Jiang Shan. I cannot wait to watch you squirm like a total clown. That creepy laugh gave the school guards major goosebumps, making them wonder if the rich kid had finally lost his mind. I know what you're thinking. Is he really going to pull this off? Well, next day at PE, Chen tries to exploit our hero's pure heart. It was the ultimate game plan. The moment the teacher blew the whistle, the whole class started sprinting toward the field. Yu took a dramatic dive onto the dirt, screaming at the top of his lungs, "Help, I am falling! Jiangshan, save me!" But our guy did not even look at him and just ran straight past. Yu froze in total shock, thinking Jiangshan just did not hear him. But wait, he literally yelled loud enough to wake the dead. Right then, the PE teacher rushed over. "You fell, Yu. Let me carry you to the nurse. That looks like a nasty injury. Come on, let me help you." Totally busted. Yu's face turned red as he snapped, "No thanks." The teacher completely ignored him and scooped him up like a bride. "Safety first, kid. That is how I roll." Yu freaked out, yelling, "Put me down." The teacher just smiled. "Do not worry. I used to lift heavy weights. Class president, take over for a bit. I will be right back." The second they left, the students started roasting him. Wow acts tough, but trips over his own feet on flat ground. Is there something wrong with his head? Jiangshan was completely speechless. Is this dude actually this childish, or is he playing dumb to get under my skin? During chemistry lab, Yu saw his next golden opportunity. "Hey, Jiangshan, I did not really get the lecture earlier. Can we be lab partners?" Before Jiang Shan could answer, Deng Jia blocked him. "No way, new kid. Jiang Shan is already paired up with me. Why do you not go cry somewhere else?" Deng Jia totally shut him down. "Listen up. Jiang Shan's #1 hype man can only be me. Deng Jia, do not even try to take my spot." Yu was absolutely seething inside, calling him a shameless bootlicker. Who gave this guy the right to be so cocky? Externally, he just forced a fake smile. "All right then, sorry to bother you." Seeing him back off, Deng Jia said, "Let us keep going, Jiangshan. Ignore him. If that clumsy fool trips and smashes a chemical bottle, we are all dead." Yu was ready to pop a vein. And that's where we leave it. This sidekick just landed straight on a madman's hit list. Insane, right?
If you enjoy this kind of content and want to watch more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to leave a comment, give the video a like, and click the notification bell so you'll never miss my latest uploads. Thank you for your support.